like I said, we've been a COVID unit for 18 months, and it's challenging. We've gotten to hold a lot of hands and pray with a lot of people before, you know, they may get to say their last words. We're not an ICU, we're step down ICU. So a lot of times we see them right before they go to the ICU and get put on a ventilator, and when these patients get put on a ventilator, it's very scary. And there's been patients we've let, they haven't had the voice and the breath to be able to call their children and talk to them before they get placed on a ventilator, but we've had them write notes and make sure that their children, their wives, they get those notes so that no matter what happens, they have those last words and what they wanted those last words to be. But we always celebrate the victories. Anytime a patient's discharged that's been there with us for a while, that was on a ventilator or was almost on a ventilator, and by the grace of God they were able to stay off of it, we always throw a big party. So we've had, I can remember one moment, we had a young man, he had young children, and he was on our unit for months. And finally we got to send him home on 2 liters nasal cannula. So we had his wife come in, his wife surprised him, and his wife got to roll him out of the hospital while our whole staff is throwing confetti and playing party music. And those moments mean so much to us, because in this pandemic, you can lose sight of why you do what you do when you see the degree of loss that we have and that this whole country has seen because of this pandemic. But when you get those victories, it reminds you of your why. It reminds you of why you do what you do. I can remember another situation quite recently. We had a young lady, and me and Abby, the nurse manager, we actually took care of her before she went to the ICU, and she spent a long time on a ventilator, and then she got to come back to us on her trach, and then we got to discharge her to rehab. But we had people from all departments celebrate her discharge home, and she got to throw confetti, play music, but we got to watch her get out of the wheelchair and walk to the car, requiring no oxygen, having no trach. And what stood out to me was the owner of this hospital was there to hug her neck as she got in the car. Because Springhill Medical Center cares. We truly do. Springhill Medical Center cares. And the victories that we get to see, that is our why, and that is our purpose.